Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Let's rock out.
Co-founder Steve Moore. Steve, great to see you. Thanks so much for being with us. What is your reaction to Senator Bernie Sanders and his assessment of the economy right now?
Well, listen, I mean, I think this is a beautiful picture, and certainly there are some areas that need improvement. Clearly, healthcare is very expensive, and housing is expensive, and Trump has plans to deal with those. But if you just look at the overall picture, Maria, as you know, we were on your show earlier the week when the jobs report came out, a fantastic report showing gains in income, showing gains in jobs, showing more people entering the labor force. That was
So surprise jump in January jobs. 130K estimated jobs added, 70K actual unemployment rate 4.3, estimated unemployment rate
10.
Oh, I'm sorry, estimated 4.4 actual unemployment.
10 out of 10 jobs report. And then, of course, we got the report on Friday showing that inflation is now headed right back to that 2% target that the Fed has. You know, that what a huge improvement.
Look at that shit there.
That is over 3 or 4 years ago when we had 9% inflation under Joe Biden. So, and then, of course, stock market at all-time highs. I mean, it's hard to see how you could have a more beautiful picture than we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is politics or what for the Democrats, but when you take a look at what has taken place in terms of economic growth, you have to believe things are going well. We were almost at 5% at the end of last year, and yet we saw a broad sell-off in stocks this week on widespread fears about AI disruption. The head of Microsoft's AI unit is now predicting most, if not all, white-collar jobs will be automated within the next 12 to 18 months, Steve. So what do you want to say about that and the jobs picture? Weigh in the AI effect.
Well, look, we're entering the greatest period of productivity maybe in the history of the country and the world in terms of the spectacular progress in terms of building more things with fewer man hours. That's the very definition of productivity. This means that people are going to be able to afford way more things. Prices are going to fall. The affordability crisis that people are rightly concerned about now will diminish as things become more and more affordable, more cheaper. I think it's one of the most fantastic.
Listen, bro. Listen. Instead of selling off your shit, let me be on. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not a financial advisor, right? But I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm not gonna get fear-mongered into everybody selling their shit off. Go ahead, sell your money, sell your stocks off so that shit can drop. So that way I can go buy more of it. Y'all think it's a game out here in these streets. Go and do it so I can buy more of it. Let me show you something. And this is just modest, right? Not overdoing it, not over the top. This is just modest. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let me put this up. All right. This is just modest, y'all. That's just modest. Just off of investments, right? Just modest. Just something modest that we doing. A certain percentage coming out the job paycheck, going right into the account. Whatever extra little money that I'm making from the YouTube channel, I take a percentage out, boom, I put it into the market, right? So now with this money going lower, guess what? Go put more money into that bitch. Come here. Come here. What are we talking about? This ain't the time to start selling your shit off. This is the time to be buying more. So when that shit rises the fuck up, you gonna make bread. You hear me? So yes, this is not your multi-millionaire. This is not a deca-millionaire over here talking. This is somebody who's building something right now. I'm telling you from people that I've learned from, and I'm implementing it. This ain't, I'm not just out here just talking. You got the evidence right here. I just showed you. It's my account. Just showed you my brokerage account. That's why you need to get the Earn While You Save ebook. I start at the basic level. I don't go into detail. I just want you to get started. I just want you to start setting yourself up for success. That's all I want you to do. You don't got to do nothing extra. It don't take a lot of brain power. I pretty much broke it down for you from a second grader's perspective. So that way, even your child can understand how to invest their money properly, and they can make their money compound over time and have your money work for itself. Now you're putting your money to work. But y'all don't hear me though.
Technological revolutions ever. Now, certainly there's going to be displacement, Maria. Some people are going to lose their jobs. They're going to have to move into new kinds of careers, but we're all going to get a lot richer off of this.
Well, I mean, so what do you want to say to those people who are trying to understand how they need to improve themselves to thrive in this new world of technology and AI?
Get degrees that where the skills are needed. I mean, you've reported so many times about the fact that so many employers are saying, look, get us people who are mechanics. We need nurses. We need accountants. We need people who actually have the skills that are necessary in this technological age. We need coders.
All right. What do you want to say about the?
Okay, I would say this. Yeah, you need coders. I think that's a great idea. To get into, to start building your skills up. If you are in a white collar job, you should be figuring out ways that you can be investing in yourself and investing in your skills and how you can get better. One thing you can do is reach out to your lead, your manager, say, hey, where are we going, or how can I implement AI, or what is it that we're missing in regards to this? And then you can become the problem solver in this situation. However, there's another aspect of it that a lot of people aren't talking about either, because I get it. A lot of people aren't entrepreneurs, right? A lot of people don't think like that. So a lot of people want to be the 9-to-5 workers. I get that. So you want to build your skills, but also there's another level outside of this too. You can almost look at it as a side hustle. But it's also buying boring businesses, right? Which is one of the things that I'm doing. I'm focusing on purchasing boring businesses, which meaning these businesses are already cash flowing. So I'm not going into it $0. I'm buying these businesses. They're already cash flowing. These owners are already wanting to sell because they want to retire, or their son or their child, whatever the case may be. They don't want to take over the business. So they don't want to close down the business, but they want to continue their legacy. So what you can do, you can step in on that. Now, of course, it takes a little bit of research. It takes a little bit of, the gift of gab, being able to talk to people. But there's also a way that you can purchase these if you don't have the money, which is called seller financing, right? Learning how to purchase the business for $0 down, but also framing the creative financing way of like, listen, because you're already cash flowing this amount, I will pay you either quarterly or I will pay you monthly, but I would throw extra % on top of it to pay you over time until I completely pay you out. But guess what? The business already cash flowing, so you don't have to. The only thing you got to focus on is making sure that you know how to scale the business. Now, I would recommend going into something that you've already done, that you already have knowledge in, that you got the skills in. Go into that field so you already know what's missing or what value that you can add to that business, so that way you can start making more money. Right? So there you go.
Coming a confirmation hearing for Kevin Warsh. It's going to be a new chairman of the Fed when Jay Powell's term ends in May. Are you expecting 2 or 3 rate cuts? What does it look like the rest of the year with Warsh at the wheel?
Well, listen, Kevin Warsh, by the way, is a spectacular choice. I know Kevin, you know him. He's a solid economist. He's worked at the Fed. He knows monetary policy. He understands that growth does not cause inflation, that when you have an increase or supply of goods and services, prices come down, they don't go up. And I think he's going to do a couple of things, Maria. One is he's going to stabilize the dollar and may ensure that the dollar retains its status as the world reserve currency, see. We're so advantaged by that, and we can never let that be jeopardized. The other thing he's going to do, I think he's going to clean house over there at the Fed. I mean, you've got 3,000 people working there in that Taj Mahal in Washington. Lord knows what they do. You've got all these Keynesian economists who've gotten it completely wrong under Trump. Remember, the Fed said that we're going to get 1.8% growth in 2025. And as you just said, we're going to be closer to 4 to 5%. So I think he's one of the best choices. I think he's going to be the best Fed chairman we've had since Alan Greenspan.
And then, but here's the thing too, though. People already talking about, oh, well, what about inflation? Trump ain't doing that. He's just trying to hurt America. Listen, bro, we were at 9% inflation, bro. 9% when Biden was in office. We are back down to 3%. What are you talking about? And the trajectory is for us to get down to 2%. Since Trump has been in office, stocks have gone up. What are we talking about? That's what we've been talking about in regards to making America great again. Not this whole race bullshit that everybody has been talking about, man. Fuck that. We talking about money, dog. We trying to get to the bread. We trying to grow. We trying to build. We trying to. I don't like using because it's so. I hate using it. I'm not even gonna say it, but I know a lot of y'all like to use generational wealth, right? Y'all stay using that shit now because everybody fucking say it now. And a lot of y'all don't even know what generational wealth actually is. So I'm not even gonna say it, but it's about building our bread up, man. Stacking up our dough, investing our money, not just spending it on stupid shit. Actually putting ourselves in the position so that way we don't have to later on in life have to depend on our jobs. Listen, we are in a time where you can now focus on working your 9 to 5 as well as creating a side hustle. And then once that side hustle then makes you the amount of money that you deem, or I always say at least 5x minimum of what you're making on your job, then you can start thinking about actually transitioning over. Like, I bet. So now this money is getting in the way. I can't afford to keep working this job. I got to stay over here to continue to keep scaling my business the way I want to scale. But you can do both now. We are in a time where you can do both. I'm a prime example of it. I'm doing both. I work the 9 to 5. I'm building this platform as well as I'm looking at purchasing businesses, which then I can go into detail about too, but I'll do that in the Patreon. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, but also tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned in the comments. All right. So yeah, bro, I like this. I like it. I like it.